Jake, I don't think you and I would be friends.
Oh,
but Ty totally like wiped out, crashed on his snow skis, and goes up to him as soon as we welcomed them into our home, and Jake's like, "You're fat," and we're like, "He's little."
Hi guys, welcome back to
Jake and Ty.
And today our mom will be exposing us.
Spilling the tea.
Yeah, so I have the questions on my phone that I'm gonna read out loud and see what mom answers.
Okay.
Number 1, when are we most frustrating?
When are the boys most frustrating? Most frustrating or just frustrating?
Most.
Often.
Most frustrating. Oh my. I try to get your attention and I need something done, but you don't listen. Like they just stay on their video games and they don't come up. That's probably the most frustrating.
But I try
There's
to come
other
as soon as possible.
So yes, I guess when I'm trying to get their attention, they're so focused into a video game that they don't listen to me because they have their headphones on. They might hear, but they pretend they're not hearing, or they just ignore it and don't come up for like an hour, even though I've asked them
Are
like
Are you talking
100
about
times.
Ty or me?
Both of you have done this.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but I come out as fast as I can.
exposed. The most frustrating.
When are we most fun?
The most fun. When are the boys the most fun? When they're asleep. I'm just kidding. I like it when they do their chores, so that's fun. No, they're fun when we play games.
Like
The most
video
fun.
games?
I do. They actually playing video games with you guys is a lot of fun.
Because we know how to play them.
We do play video games together and like off camera, and it is fun. And we'll play for like 5 hours. We'll have board game competitions.
What was our weirdest place in life so far?
Your weirdest phase?
Oh, phase.
The boys' weirdest phase is probably, well, Jake's gone through it, where
Ty's
his voice
is yet
was
to come.
cracking. We would all make fun of Jake. I would make fun of him. We'd all laugh together. Even Jake did, because he would always laugh
Hi,
because
guys.
his voice would crack and he couldn't control it, and it was just so funny.
I can control it now.
That was probably the weirdest phase for you, was your voice cracking.
Yeah. If you could choose a job for us that we are not doing now, what would it be?
Okay, so
Gamers.
I know, right? They would want to be gamers. Gamers. Okay, but let's stick away from that easiest, obvious answer, and I'm not gonna go with being a gamer, nor am I gonna be a game developer. 'Cause Jake would love to be a game developer. I would put Jake as like an architect, because I think he would make a really good architect. He's really good at math, and he's really good at figuring how things go together and works together, and I think he thinks out of the box. And so I think he could be fabulous architect. Ty, I would put him as a stunt person, a stunt man.
Stunt double.
Yes, stunt
I
double.
thought we were gonna say stunt right. I prefer something like
Stunt anything, because he is our crazy one in the house
Skinny
who
Flaming Hot
does
Cheetos.
things where obviously he ends up with his broken bones. He's the only one in our family who's broken a bone.
Scariest injury story of ours.
oh, so it's my
Okay.
arm.
So do both of
Or
us.
my
Okay, Ty, I think the scariest.
Was it either the playground or the bed?
I know. I'd say the playground one was scarier when he broke his arm because it was at school.
I could not get my
And
cord off.
I just didn't know, like, when they break bones, you don't know how bad it is. And like his collarbone,
I broke my wrist.
we weren't quite sure it was broken, and then you take him in, and both of them are scary, but I think the call from the school and finding out his arm was broken was the scariest. For Jake, have you had a scary accident?
I had a scary accident, but not a scary injury.
Oh, I forgot.
I mean, the skiing
Okay.
incident.
This was really scary, actually. Jake went snow skiing and he totally like wiped out, crashed on his snow skis. And he was using poles to snow ski, and when he crashed, the pole went like this to his neck, and it jammed so hard against his neck that the pole bent.
It bent.
It way bent. It could not be straightened out back out. It was a rental. We had to pay for it and get it replaced. But it was scary because it rammed against his throat, which could have collapsed his esophagus, and he could have not breathed. But he actually got up and he finished skiing. Like he was totally watched
He's
over.
like,
I was fine, but
Seeing the pole and knowing where it hit him, that could have been extremely dangerous, actually.
Tell us the time when we embarrassed you.
Okay, so you guys wanted this video. Now, this was in Jordan's My Mom Exposes Me video, and we asked a question about when have you embarrassed me? And so I said I can't remember any time that my kids embarrassed me except for Jake. Jake actually has done something embarrassing because it's really hard
once or like 10 times.
It's really hard for us to get embarrassed having done so many crazy things in public. But there is one time. This was pre-YouTube and Jake was probably like 4 years old, probably. He was little. Anyway, he was in the age, and Jake thinks differently. You have to know this. So he would always state what he saw. So if he saw a lady in a purple dress, he'd be like, there's a lady in a purple dress. If he saw a man and he thought the man was old, he'd be like, you're old. And he'd just tell him that, hey, you've got a purple dress on. Hey, you're old. So anyway, we had some friends over for dinner, and
can't tell which one you're going to.
one of our friends had a little bit of extra weight on, and Jake goes up to him as soon as we welcomed them into our home, and Jake's like, you're fat. And we're like, he's little. So yes, that was so bad. And like, we never say that, but he was just stating what he thought was like a fact. And the guy's like, yeah, you know, I got a little bit of extra weight on and whatever, you know, trying to like joke it off. But then Jake's like, no, you're fat. Like, and we're like, Jake, stop, just let it drop, okay? Like, it's okay. Like, everybody has like a little extra. Everybody's trying to do whatever, you know, like they all have their things that they're trying to deal with. We tried to get him to stop, but he wouldn't stop. And our friend was so gracious, and he just kind of took it as it was, and it was fine. He accepted it very well. Like, he just kind of let it be. Anyway, that's the only time, because Jake wouldn't stop, and I felt really bad for our friend.
Is there any of me?
I can't think of any for you. Do you have a time that you've embarrassed me?
I don't think so.
See, there really isn't. And that one time just threw us off because it was our friend. And back then we did get embarrassed easier.
The time that you embarrassed us.
Okay, have I embarrassed the boys before?
Always.
Have I embarrassed the boys? I don't think I've
Yes,
embarrassed.
just now.
Wait, I have. Okay, I guess if I've embarrassed the boys, it would be on camera.
Probably at school as well, though.
When we've said or done something on camera, because I don't
No,
know
you
that.
embarrassed me just
Now that was embarrassing. A little bit embarrassing, but you're so young. It's like when Audrey tells her stories about she peed her pants, like she was little. So
If you were my age, do you think that we would be friends?
okay, so if I was Jake's age or Ty's age, would we be friends? That's a good question. Honestly, this is gonna be kind of like rude. Jake, I don't think you and I would be friends.
Oh, why?
But Ty, I think you and I would probably be
Oh
friends.
yeah, I know why.
Why do you think?
Because you used to roughhouse.
Yeah, and you jumped off the roof.
Okay, I was kind of a tomboy when I was younger, but that's not the reason why. I'd say because when I was younger, I was extremely shy. And so the majority of my friends were louder people who would talk and hold the conversation. Jake's a quieter person.
That's not
But
me.
you're a social butterfly. He always got in trouble while in public school with his teacher for being social butterfly. You can't say you're not a social
Right.
It's because they
He
start
always
conversations, I comment, and then they do it.
Okay, see?
That's it.
Okay.
I comment.
So you're the kind of person that I would have hung around with, as a person who talked a lot when I was little. Jake, where he doesn't talk as much, I just probably wouldn't have.
What do you think we have in common?
Nothing.
Okay, I
Our
think.
little ear thing.
Oh yeah, so Jake and I both have a little hole in our ear. I think Jake and I are more mathematical, and maybe Ty is too. I don't know, but Jake and
Math used to be
I,
my favorite subject, and
Yeah.
now it's reading.
Jake and I both like gaming. I know Ty does too.
Even though you barely
I'm
have
covering
time
Jake
to play.
first. Jake and I think we think more similarly. I feel like he's nurturing, and I feel like I have some of those traits as well.
Hey, wait, you have the messy bed trait?
I don't make a mess with my
That's
bed like
Audrey.
Jake.
Jake, you're tornado
That's Audrey.
mode.
Man, Audrey.
Who's exposing who here? For me and Ty, I think it's hard because I think Ty's more like David and Jake's more like me, not just because of like the color of our hair, but because, or the way we look, like Jake looks more like me, Ty looks more like David. I think it's like also personality wise, but Ty likes adventures and gaming
Dad
and I
is
like
like,
that
what?
too. So,
Dad
like,
is
Ty
crazy.
does some crazy things. Well, I used to do crazy things when I was a kid, like jumping off the roof of my house and jumping out of trees. Like, I was really
Crazy.
tomboy.
I can't even get in
I
a
would
tree.
do snowball fights with my brothers with little rocks in them, which is dangerous. Don't do that. Anyway, so Ty and I are not as alike as Jake and I. Last question.
What's the number one thing that we argue about?
Well, you are
Number one thing.
Number one
What,
thing.
gaming? What, cleaning your room? Helping with chores? Okay, I'm naming a lot of stuff. I'd say homework and stuff. David does all of that, like the
But that's just
schooling.
me and Dad,
and
not
so it's
you.
Dad
It's
and
kinda
the
also
boys,
getting out
not
of bed.
me. What would you say? All of the above. It's all of the above.
True.
Okay.
It's also sleeping in and
Sleeping
you don't want
in,
to sleep
get up. I don't want people sleeping in until really late. Helping out around the house. Just
Actually,
that's
I don't know.
Normal mom things, I guess.
Okay, guys, we hope that you learned some tea that Mom just spilled.
Hopefully not too much.
I know, right?
Hopefully not too much.
Probably make us part 2. And comment down below if you want to see like what type of video you guys want. We'll see you next time.
Bye.